I'm back again with another game. Welcome to, that's right, another visualized novel. That's right, we're back. We got so much love in the last series, a whole 1 like. Come on, we were on fire that last series, you know, that's 1 like. That's 100% goodness, because there was no zeros. There was no dislikes. There was just 1 like. So that's 100% positivity, okay? At this point of recording, there was no dislikes. There was just 1 like. Anyway, so today we're going to be playing Trick and Treat. No, you heard me right. It's Trick and Treat, not Trick or Treat. So let me just move this up here just a wincy bit, like this. I just want to make sure. There we go. Excellent. The screen is recording. This is a spooky visualized novel that I saw the trailer. It's about, you know what, I'm just going to go into it. Let's check the setup first. Transitions, yeah, sure. Yep, awesome, perfect, cool, text speed, let's put that to max. Why is this cutting off? Okay, cool, so that's just that. It comes down, cool, it's supposed to be like that. Cool. Let's go back. Alright, so without further ado, Trick or Treat, guys. I mean, Trick and Treat. Fuck, I've already fucked it up. Let's go. Actually, what's extra? Soundtrack, endings, credits, websites. Okay, we're not going to take a look at that. Let's begin. Here we go. The sound of our steps, combined with that of the occasional nocturnal animal, is the only thing we can hear. I'm going to try and keep the mouse roughly around this area here, okay? It's terribly dark in this place. The dense vegetation makes it impossible to see. Is that right? Yep, cool. It makes it impossible to see the sky or light from the moon. Our flashlights are the only thing that light up our way. At times like this, one begs to not run out of battery. We walk without knowing what we are really looking for. Or better said, for no reason. We are just a group of boys, bored with our lives, trying to create a lasting memory on this night instead of just staying home doing nothing, making videos and putting them on YouTube. Today is October 31st, All Hallows Eve, better known as Halloween. 3 young men walk through a dark but up until now... Wait, what? 3 young men walk through a dark, but up until now nothing special forest, me being one of them. We were doing it to prove our courage. It's too bad there isn't a girl here to show how brave we are. 'Cause we want that pussy. Seeing it like this, one could say this is a meaningless effort. For a moment, I stopped to look at my watch. It's 1:49 AM. That means we have been walking aimlessly for more than 2 hours now. I am sure that many people would find a place like this terrifying. But once you get used to it, the fear disappears, making it feel like normal. What makes us afraid of the dark is that we can't know what hides in it, what lurks in the shadows. But this is clearly an empty darkness. At that moment, I sigh, feeling how tired my legs are. What is the point of being here? Clearly we had already demonstrated what we wanted. It would be best to return, I should tell them. I was about to speak when suddenly the atmosphere in the forest becomes strange. Suddenly a cold chill runs through my body. It was like any other chill, except it was not going away. For no reason, the air's temperature dropped from 1 second to the other. So much so, my breath becomes visible, turning into mist. It doesn't end there. The air is now filled with a rotten smell, just a little short from being unbearable. Images of worms and flies soon appear in my mind, giving me a really unpleasant feeling. We all stop at that moment. Okay, guys, here is the first voice of this playthrough. What's happening? I asked, confused, while turning to look at my friends. But the expression on their faces it was easy to know that they were just as lost as I was. It was then I heard footsteps nearby that did not come from any of us. We all got dead quiet after that. I don't know if it was out of fear or to check if it was not a mistake, but we stayed motionless, like statues, without making a noise. Just looking at each other's faces, wondering the same thing. What has happened? As if I could know. Guys! God damn it, I've already fucked up. I can't do this seriously, I'm sorry. These are just for jokes, okay? These serious here. These aren't supposed to be taken seriously. I've said this before, okay? Alright? You got a problem with it? Fucking leave. Just fucking leave. Okay? Because this is just a joke. It's just a joke, man. It's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank. Don't leave. Don't leave. I have no friends. Don't leave. We heard the steps again. They clearly belonged to a human, or at least a large animal. But there is something strange about them. It sounds as if the person walked dragging one foot. Just thinking about it made me shiver. Damn. Why is this happening? It makes no sense. We should have returned home before, but now it's too late to regret it. I have the feeling that we are being stalked by someone. Or something. The strange footsteps stop, but I'm still feeling the presence nearby. I don't know where it is, but I know that it's looking at me. That cursed thing is looking at me. My heart is beating anxiously. It's almost as if my body was telling me to get out of there. But strangely, my friends seemed unable to perceive it. It seems that it's gone. It must. Why do I always fucking do the same voice, bro? I always do the same voice for every character. I gotta figure out like a whole new meaning to this, okay? It seems that it's gone. I must have been just an animal. I mean, it must just have been an animal. I'm sorry, said one of them, convinced that they were safe. I would like to believe that too. We had a sigh of relief, however bad luck would soon strike us again. Unexpectedly, the forest becomes darker than before in just the blink of an eye. But that wasn't the fault of the forest, but of our flashlights, which went out. Of the three, only one, mine, was still working. What's going on? Did the batteries die? Asked one of them, scared, while they both beat them desperately as if they were going to revive them. I can't blame them. The idea of walking into the darkness was not a pleasant one for anyone. But after a few moments, we had no choice but to resign ourselves to that. Once more, the sound of our footsteps is heard, but the silence is different now. We are not quiet because we have nothing to say, but because we are afraid. We continue walking despite the fear that evades us. Visibility is almost zero, but we have no choice. In theory, we were walking back looking for the exit, but I can't remember anything of this forest. We could be walking in circles and I would never notice it, until it's too late. I hate the thought of it. I just want to get out of it. Suddenly, my thoughts are silenced. We hear the footsteps of someone or something. Once more, the three of us become statues, awaiting their presence to go. I hold my breath while feeling my heart beating anxiously. Damn, get away. Oh wait, that's me. Damn, get away from here and leave us alone. Unexpectedly, the steps are heard closer. This time they do not disappear, but rather come at us. I can't stand it. Desperately, I move my flashlight everywhere looking for the author of those footsteps. Really? Am I just trying to be poetic here? Really? Am I? Hoping for the light to reveal their identity and erase our fears. Nothing. Is that all that is around us? Here? Just empty air? Is it? My anxiety grows with each failed attempt. I refuse to believe that this was a ghost. Suddenly, when I move the flashlight again, I see a silhouette. I could not distinguish what it was, but for a moment the light revealed something. Quickly I point to the same place, only to discover it was gone. That was creepy. I thought I fucking felt someone behind me. No one was there. It's alright. I hold my breath anxiously. It was not an illusion. I am sure that I saw something. Alright. This game isn't visually that great. I mean, look, it's just a bunch of clouds. Come on, I want to see some things. I guess we're kind of immersed, I guess. Because this is what our characters are seeing. Pretty much nothing. They're in the middle of a forest, so. And the lights are out, so yeah, okay, cool. But where's the silhouette? We can't say silhouette. It was then that I hear something nearby. Without even thinking, I aim the light towards that place. Okay, cool. Now we get to see something. What I found leaves us paralyzed with an expression of disbelief on our faces. Oh my god, it's a cat! It's a fucking cat! It is a white cat with eyes of intense red which stands before us. Her look is not... Did you just predict my fucking generality? My genderality? Did you just assume my gender? Her look is not the friendliest, to say something, because I believe she's a feminist. Somehow, I get the feeling it's a feminist cat. It didn't like that. Suddenly, she lets out a thunderous meow that leaves us terrified. Actually, feminists are awesome! It sounded more like a lion rolling than a simple cat. The echo of her meow is heard throughout the forest, making it sound more sinister than it should be. It was then that suddenly an inexplicable force hits us. 3. A bright white light! I fall to the ground, and little by little my eyelids close. The fatigue becomes unbearable. I lost consciousness on the ground of the forest without knowing what was going to happen to me. Interlude before night falls. Ching! I said ching! There we go. Okay. It was a day like any other. So normal that it was almost painful. Very boring. The only special thing that could be said about it is that it's October 31st. 31st. It's October 30th. 31st. 30th. Far were the memories when I was a kid and went out with my friends to ask for sweets from house to house. Just remembering it made me sigh. I feel so nostalgic. Some things were better when I was a child. Or at least seems like that. No, it's definitely true. Pokemon, that's one of them. Pokemon's weird now. Alright, might get a bit of a hate for this, but I can't really say. I haven't seen the new Pokemon. I really want to. I'm getting off topic here. There were some who had good costumes, whether of superheroes or monsters. Let me know in the comments below, what did you go for Halloween last year? And what do you plan on going for Halloween this year? I know it's a bit early, but still. Socialize. Ching! My friends and I, on the other hand, had to use our imagination, because we were poor. We'd go to Centrelink. Creativity was our costume, you could say, no matter how funny it could sound. Oh, I get you, buddy. I get you. I remember that my mother once painted my face red and told me that I will be the devil. Wait a minute. Can I go? How do you go back? You can't go back in this. You can't go back in this. So if I accidentally click once, that's it. I fucked up. Okay. Alright, cool. But see, I wanted to go back because it said, I don't know, like around here, last paragraph, I thought it read, whatever. But it seems only she knew it that way. When we went from home to home, everyone said I was the tomato man. But those things didn't matter to me since we always had a good time. If I asked for candy now, even if I had the best costume, I'm sure no one would give me anything. Except perhaps a scolding for acting like a child when I'm 17 years old. Bro, I'm like 24 and I'm still a kid, okay? Just do you, okay? 2018, you do you. But anyway, I can't stay in the past. I must live in the present, no matter how little exciting that might be. So this game is about growing up, I guess. Back to reality. We are a group of friends who don't have any plans for today. We are still not old enough to go to a disco. Why would you... here's some life advice. Discos aren't cool. Not cool, man. Lame. Very lame. Life lesson number 1. Discos are lame. Sorry, that's just how I feel. You know what? You do you. 2018. You do you. Cool. And I doubt guys as us would have any luck in that environment. I think he means the clubs. That's what he's talking about. The club. You want to go club or the disco? Nobody calls it the disco. The other option would be to go to a party, meet girls, and have fun. Well, yeah, fucking oath. Let's do that. Let's drink. Well, we can't drink. We're 17. But fuck it. We can still drink. Let's break the law. Screw it. So it's just a minor. It's like a minor crime anyway. Everyone drinks. Everyone drinks. Let's go to a party, have a couple of Jaeger bombs, and then bang. Let's just put our rods in the water. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Jaeger bombs, rods in the water. Meet a girl, talk to her heaps good because of all that alcohol, that courage, you know. Talk to her heaps good, get real down to business, realize your junk don't work because you've drank way too much. Then it gets really awkward. You sort of look at each other and you don't know what's going to happen. Then you sort of be like, yeah, I should probably go. Then you leave, right? Then in the morning, you know, she's like, well, earlier on in the night, you guys sort of like, oh, you know, I had you on Facebook or whatever. And then the day after, you sort of like, because you're sober and shit, you're like, I don't really feel the same way. I don't know why I added her. I don't want to be rude though, so I'll say hi. You know, I don't really want to talk to her, but I'll just say hi. You know, just be a nice guy. Hey, what's up? Doesn't reply for about 8 hours, so you just start thinking really insecure thoughts like, shit, what did I do? Was I that bad? Am I that weird? Then she replies to you, oh, hi, sorry, couldn't get around to it. You know, what are you up to? Blah, blah, blah. And then you get the thought, she's just being nice. Then you block her. You just block her completely. That never happened. The whole night, just boom, erased. Gone. Okay? Not that it's ever happened to me. This is all the character. This is just theoretical. Everything perfect, except that nobody has invited us. Not being popular has its disadvantages. Hey, Axel. Let's have a couple of matches. What do you say? My friend Steven called my attention while playing with a game console. Rush Red. I believe that's what the game is called. A fast and quite complicated fighting game for me. Who is excited for Dragon Ball Fighters? That is awesome. I'm actually recording this early January, so if it's out by the time I'm talking about this, I'm sorry. I would normally agree to play with him, but for some reason I don't feel in the mood today. I have no desire to play now. I replied with discouragement. I almost feel bad for doing it. Boring. The AI is no rival for me. Meh. Steven said with confidence. Sorry. Ha! No match for me. That you're playing on normal difficulty doesn't help your argument, mate. I don't feel like losing, but if you want, you can challenge to Alfred. I said, leading the attention to my other friend. I don't know how to play that, answered Alfred, downing for a second. He is sitting behind the PC, but it seems that he isn't doing anything interesting. The screen only shows a lot of text. I think he's playing one of those visualized novel games. He's such a loser. Hey, don't you have something more fun to do? I asked with discouragement. I'm a very discouraging guy, even without thinking about what he was reading. Alfred looks at me surprised. The actual problem of society is that people are not interested in discovering their history. He's one of those pseudo-intellectuals always looking for any rare information to appear smarter than others. So I think I picked his voice really good. When we forget our past mistakes, we're doomed to repeat them, he added later. What are you talking about? This village is small and its story is not interesting at all. Nothing outside of the normal has ever happened in it. Alfred laughs mockingly after hearing that. Your ignorance isn't worthy of praise. He pauses, filling his chest with pride. Flexer! The very fact it is a small town is the reason it's full of mysteries. Did you know that 20 years ago on this date a man disappeared? So, what about it? I ask without being impressed or even interested in the least because I'm so fucking cool. I don't give a shit about society. fuck that. I'm cool, man. Things like that happen all the time in all places. As I thought, you don't know the history despite living in this very place, Alfred said while adjusting his glasses in an arrogant gesture. Prick fuck. There is a legend behind the disappearance, that is what I was reading. After listening to him, I looked back at the computer screen with curiosity. And then that I noticed, well, it was not on Wikipedia, it was not on a visualized novel, but some other page. Come on then, read this and learn a little, Alfred said, inviting us to read what was on the screen. Both Steve and I moved closer to read it. And that is where I am going to end this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy your day, and many other days too. It's time for the awkward outro. That's what I'm going to start calling these things, because I don't script this stuff. I just sort of just go along with it. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, hit the bell, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I don't know how to exactly save at this point of the game. I don't think I can save on this. You know what? I'll figure it out. See, this is what I mean by awkward outro, okay? This is what I do best. Anyway, yeah, bye.